So today I'll be talking about my tips and thoughts for the new Spiral Abyss and also the theme that I used for this new Spiral Abyss as well. But first, let's look at the mobs for floor 9, 10, 11, and 12 so that you can have a better grasp which character you should use. Ice, Shield, Cryo. So another one is Shield, Fatui, Frost, Lava, Ice. I'm not just gonna talk, I'm just gonna scroll so that you can see it better. As for here, I think you can do your normal routine here. You don't need that much pyro. I think it's just you can, as long as you can remove the shield of this one, I think you're good. And yeah, that's it. For this, same. I think you can. There are just normal mobs. I think you can deal with them. Move on to the floor 12. Okay, so that's it. As you may have seen, most of the floors and chambers have this shield wall rather. So it's important that you guys have a pyro user that can help destroy the shield, also a Geo if you have also, and a claymore user. So maybe Diluc. I think Diluc is really great because Diluc is like a 2-in-1 already. But for the Geo type, I'm not sure which character you should be using because I'm not using Geo character at the moment. So it's up to you. I'm just giving you the hints that you should be using for this new Spiral Abyss. I think this meta is all about Geo because if you can see, the Geo damage dealt by all party member is increased by 75%. So this really helps you to achieve the 9 stars. But as for me, since I don't have any JO users, I'm just using either a Pyro type or a Claymore type users. So I'll be talking about my team composition for first half and second half. For the first half, I used Diluc, Bennett, Venti, and Chi. I haven't given much thought about the composition actually. I just thought that Diluc and Venti works really well because Venti's ult keeps them in one place, then Diluc's ult will smash them, then Bennett being there really bops Diluc. So, but Chi, initially I plan to proc the melt reaction because melt deals equal damage to vaporize if the reactions were correct. Let's say Chi first before Diluc. That's times 2. But if the other way around, it's Diluc then Chi, then the damage is not that much. I think it's only times 1.5. However, if it's the Frost then Diluc, then the damage would amplify twice. And yeah, I think that's it. But I do think that Venti and Diluc works really well because of this one as well. This artifact is really broken when providing support. Increases swirl damage by 60%. We don't care about this one actually. This is what I'm after. It decreases the opponent's elemental rest to the element infused in the swirl by 40%. So let's say I used Bennett's E, then Venti's ult. So this would proc. The opponent's elemental pyro rest will decrease by 40%. And that's really good for Diluc because Diluc is all about pyro most of the time, like 80 to 90%. And if you use ult, it's like 100% of the time. So it's really good. Then using Bennett as well, giving him this much damage, 8 plus 844, it's really good. Let's say that this is 2754 plus plus 844. So Diluc is really a monster that time if Bennett used Q. So what Diluc needs to do is just proc his 3 times of this one. So he'll give plus 45%, then he can use his ult already. I think that's the best case scenario for this 3 characters here. So the whole gimmick of this team is just to keep spamming ult. I'm not sure if you were able to understand my explanation, but I just hope that you understand it. Yeah, that's it. I forgot to show my artifacts and talents and weapons for the first half. So for my Diluc, my attribute is this one. Crit rate 46%. I think the crit rate is already decent. However, the crit damage is really low, considering that Diluc's ascension level increases his crit damage. So I think this should be at least 180 or 190 to have a better crit damage. I think that's it. For the EM, I think it's okay, 42, so that when I proc the melt, it gives additional 8.1% damage. For the weapon, Gravestone. For the artifacts, of course, it's this one. For Bennett, it's just Noblesse Oblige. It's just there to buff Diluc. As you can see, it's just plus 8, plus 5, plus 20, plus 0. Not all of them have a high plus because I don't need him that much except for his ult. For the weapon, I'm using Aquila Fogonia just to maximize the damage buff to Diluc or everyone in the team. Because I feel like Aquila Fogonia has the highest base attack damage sword. So that's what Bennett needs when you need him for the increased damage. It gives 844. For Venti, I don't think you need to see the attribute, but let's just go. Weapon, I'm just using stringless. Artifacts, yeah, like that. Constellation, 0. Talents, I just need Venti for this one. For the talent of Diluc, yeah, 686. I'm really unlucky in terms of upping Diluc's talents because as you can see, this is the only skill that I was able to up. My second team is Child, Fischl, Sucrose, and Barbara. Like the first team, I haven't given much thought. I just simply combo this Child and Fischl because it's really good. Fischl just needs to release the Oz, then Child will do the rest. For Sucrose, not that much. I just need Sucrose for crowd control, I believe. But I haven't actually achieved that so much. And for my Barbara is there just to heal Child and to provide plus 15 hydro damage because Barbara's constellation, I think C2 or C3 gives plus 15% to Child's hydro damage. Or whoever's the active character under Let the Show Begin. Okay, so let's see their artifacts. For my Child's artifact, I'm currently using 2-piece Heart of Death and 2-piece Gladiator's Finale. So let's have a look at their stats. Actually, I'm planning to go for 4-piece Heart of Death. The 4-piece Heart of Death is only applicable for Child who has either C1 or C6. Those two. Because if your Child is C0, this 4-piece is not really recommended. Why? Because you cannot maximize the 4-piece set because it says here after using elemental skill, it increases your normal and charge attack damage by 30%. So yeah, your first E you would gain the 15%, but the cooldown of Child's E is very long if you use it very long as well. So let's say you use your E for like 20 to 30 seconds. The cooldown is really long. So You won't be able to use this for piece for it's just you can't maximize it in my own opinion. So it's better to go for two-piece Heart of Depth than two-piece Gladiators maybe, or two-piece Noblesse. As long as it has good substats, those two can work together. Then okay, let's check the substats. Attack, crit rate. So I think this is okay. This is okay as well. It gives me crit rate and crit damage. As you may know, in substats, crit rate and crit damage is a must in order to increase your damage. For this, I think this is good actually, because the crit damage is 22.5%. It's quite hard actually to get crit damage higher than 20% as a substat. So if you have a crit damage that is like 20 above, you should use it. And you just need to manipulate your artifact so that you can equip those what you need, maybe. For the goblet, it's the hydro damage bonus. Where can I find it? Yeah, oh, okay, here. It gives me crit rate, so it's okay. It also gives me attack, so it's okay. Let me clarify something here. If you're using child, hydro damage bonus, it's a must. You don't need to use the attack here. Just use the hydro damage bonus. It doesn't matter if the substats are not good as long as it has a hydro damage bonus, because the substats can compensate from the other artifacts. You just need to work together from you just need to work your other artifacts to get okay, I'm lost. My bad. But that's the point. You just need to... The main stat should be Hydro damage bonus. As well as for Diluc. For Diluc, it's supposed to be Pyro damage bonus. It doesn't matter also if the substats are bad, as long as the Hydro... You achieve the damage bonus. Hydro Pyro. That. But if your substats are... does have crit rate, crit damage, and attack, that would be really nice. For the crown, of course, it's crit damage. Just amplify the damage. Crit rate, it's so low, but it's fine. For the weapon, I'm using Skyward Harp. For the attributes, my crit rate is almost 70%. My crit damage is 175%. So this is quite decent already. I just need to work with my crit damage. For the hydro damage bonus, you must be wondering why my hydro damage bonus is high. It must be from Child's Ascension, because every time Child's ascends, his hydro damage increase. So everything Child does is about hydro damage. For my official, I'm using Rust because if you're using official as a support DPS, all official needs is high attack. Why? Because Oz attack, I think, based on it bases on official's attack. For the artifacts, I'm just using this. As you can see, I still have 4-star, and the substats of this artifact are really bad. I just need them for the two piece. Okay. For my constellation, it's full. I was able to full this during Venti's banner. For the talents, you need to up the Knight Rider if you're going for the what do you call this? The support DPS. But if you're going for official main DPS, you should up this because it's really good if you have this C1, because 22% of damage when Oz is not present. For Sucrose, nothing. I'm just using her for her ult to put them on one place. But yeah, I think that's it. For this artifact, it's really not advisable to go for this 2-piece instructor or 2-piece Wanderer's troop. I'm just using this 2-piece for the sake of the high number of child. If you can see for my previous video, I'm reaching like 300 to 400 damage. It's because of this one. But in reality speaking, you should be using other artifact. For my weapon, okay, just to burst Sucrose EM attribute, doesn't matter on the EM. Yeah, I think that's it. So this is my conclusion on my tips. I really hope that these tips help you to achieve the 9 star like I did. 9 star on every floor rather. So like I said earlier, artifacts and team composition is not everything. But don't get me wrong, they do really help a lot because you need the correct element and the correct weapon character for this new Spiral Abyss. However, once you're doing the Spiral Abyss already, once you're in the floor and in the chamber, you should be knowing what to do and who should you be going for first to achieve the time that you need. So that's it, guys. If you do like this video, kindly like and subscribe. Thanks.